Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, 5th chapter, the cause of all causes, text number 13. Vilajjamanaya yasya sthatum ikshapathe muya vimohita vikathante mamaham iti durdhiyah. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The illusory energy of the Lord cannot take precedence, being ashamed of her position, but those who are bewildered by her always talk nonsense, being absorbed in thoughts of it is I and it is mine. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The invincibly powerful deluding energy of the personality of God, or the third energy representing nations, can bewilder the entire world of animation, but still she is not strong enough to be able to stand in front of the Supreme Lord. Nescience is behind the personality of Godhead, where she is powerful enough to mislead the living beings, and the primary symptom of bewildered persons is that they talk nonsense. Nonsensical talks are not supported by the principles of Vedic literatures, and first grade nonsense talk is it is I, it is mine. A godless civilization is exclusively conducted by such false ideas, and such persons, without any factual realization of God, accept a false God or falsely declare themselves to be God to mislead persons who are already bewildered by the deluding energy. Those who are before the Lord, however, and who surrender unto Him cannot be influenced by the deluding energy. Therefore, they are free from the misconception of it is I, it is mine. And therefore, they do not accept a false God or pose themselves as equal to the Supreme Lord. Identification of the bewildered person is distinctly given in this verse.
This is a description of the illusory energy and the effect of the illusory energy on the living entities in this world being described by Brahma to Narada. Narada is asking Brahma that in this world that we know of, you are the supreme, you are the greatest. Yet I see sometimes that you are also meditating on somebody else. So what is your factual position? Narada wanted to clarify. Narada is the son of Brahma. And Narada is instructed by Brahma. In fact, everyone who is born after the creation, except Brahma, has to learn from either Brahma or his representative in Parampara. Brahma was directly instructed by the Lord from within his heart at the beginning of creation. And Brahma was born of the Lord. Garbhodaka Shayi Vishnu, also called Padmanabha, from his navel, one lotus flower comes out at the beginning of creation. And then Brahma is born on that lotus. And he is actually generated or created by the Supreme Lord Vishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, Padmanabha Vishnu. So Brahma had nobody else. Therefore, the Supreme Lord himself instructed Brahma in the entire Vedic knowledge. Tene Brahma Hrudaya Adi Kavai. So Brahma further instructs his sons and disciples, and in that way the knowledge is coming down in Parampara system. So Narada inquired from Brahma about Brahma's position. And Narada was informed by Brahma about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Lord of even Brahma, Master of Brahma. So, Brahma is explaining that why do people think that Brahma is the Supreme? So, in the previous verse, Brahma explains to Narada and through Narada to all of us, I offer my obeisances and meditate upon Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, whose invincible potency, this illusory energy, influences them, that is the less intelligent class of men, to call me the supreme controller. In this world, there are so many people who have got a wrong understanding of who is the supreme. They either consider some ordinary man of this world to be supreme, be the topmost controller, or they consider some devata, also a created being of this world, to be the supreme controller. And there are powerful devatas. Among all the devatas, the most powerful are three personalities: Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So many people are not clear among these three who is supreme. Though the scriptures clearly explain that Vishnu is the supreme, and Vishnu is not a created being, unlike Brahma, Shiva, and everyone else is a created being. So by this simple truth being revealed, immediately we understand Vishnu is the supreme. Now, if Vishnu is not created, how does Vishnu appear? How does he take birth before this creation? So Vishnu is never taking birth. He is eternally present in the spiritual world, and he incarnates when required. As Vishnu, as Narasimha, as Varaha, as Krishna, Balarama, so many forms. But when he incarnates, he is not taking birth. That's why we say incarnates. Avatara Purusha. So Vishnu is supreme among even Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. But if somebody tries to search out for Vishnu, Vishnu cannot be seen like Brahma and Shiva. Where is Vishnu? So some people say, oh, he is hiding in the heart of everyone. He is hiding somewhere in some island, milk ocean. So Vishnu is not hiding, but he is present in a spiritual form. He doesn't have a material form. These eyes cannot see spiritual form. So even if he is right in front of us, we cannot see. So these eyes are not having the ability to see spiritual form. Whereas Brahma, Shiva, and all the other devatas and created beings have got material form. So this you should clearly understand. Why is it we can't see Vishnu alone, but everybody else? Of course, even the Devatas, they have a material form, but that is a subtle form. So even Devatas, we living beings on the earth cannot see with these eyes. Except when they make themselves visible by appearing in a gross material form. Now, when Vishnu incarnates in this material world, let's say as Narsimha or Vamana, or sometimes as Vishnu himself, he comes, incarnates in this world, in this earth planet. So then, we are able to see him, not because he assumes a gross material form. No. He is always in his spiritual form, but he gives us the ability to see his spiritual form. Because he's all powerful. So when he is present here for his Leela, any ordinary person can see him in his form, which he appears, in a particular form he appears in this world, for the sake of his Leela. So he sometimes appears half man, half lion. He sometimes appears in a boar form, Varaha Rupa, Matsya Rupa, Kurma Rupa. Sometimes he appears in a human-like form, Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. Or sometimes he appears as a sage, Nara Narayana Rishi, Parshurama. Parshurama, of course, appeared as a Brahmana. So we mistake these incarnations to be like us, ordinary persons. If they come in a human form, we think they are ordinary human beings. If they come in a form like an animal-like form, boar form, fish form, tortoise form, we think they are just animals. But if you study the scriptures, very clearly their activities will reveal to you that they are not at all ordinary. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. So coming to this point, that why do people think that Brahma is supreme, or why they are unable to understand Vishnu's supremacy? That is because everyone, including Brahma, is actually affected by the influence of this material energy, which is always active when this creation is made and remains active till this creation is completely destroyed. The material energy is working silently in the background, and we are all completely in ignorance about this material energy influencing us. This material energy influences in so many ways. One kind of influence of the material energy is called Guna Prabhava. Guna. Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna. They are continuously working, these gunas, and they are influencing us. They are affecting us. Because of the influence of these gunas, we are never able to see the reality even of this material world itself. even this material world. Just like our body, it is a combination of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. Now we have experience of what is earth element. We have experience of water element. We have experience of fire element. We use it also very commonly, dealing with it every day. Air element. We are breathing all the time. Without air, we cannot even survive. Then the space. Everywhere around us, there is space, or sky. Okay? So these elements we know, but we are unable to perceive or understand that our own body and every material object is simply a combination of these 5 elements. We think this body is made up of some kind of tissue, the skin. Flesh is made of another kind of substance. Table is made of wood. This is made of steel. We think these are all different substances. But then science will tell us, if they analyze it in a particular way, microanalysis if they do, they'll say it is made up of atoms. Chemistry, they have another analysis. It is made up of some elements like sodium, potassium, iron, and carbon, and the mixture of that, the alloys, like that. Steel is an alloy of iron and some other carbon or something. So different analysis gives us different kinds of understanding. But any analysis, material analysis or any material knowledge cannot help us understand that all these material objects, including our material gross body, is made up of only 5 elements. Their combination, one or more combination of these 5 elements. That we learn from the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita says matter consists of not just 5 elements, but 8 elements. Because our own body, we have got a gross material body, we got a subtle material body. Our subtle material body is also made up of matter, but it is made up of subtle matter. And this subtle matter consists of 3 elements: mind, intelligence, and ego. Mind, intelligence, ego. What is this mind, intelligence, ego? And these mind, intelligence, ego cannot be understood by modern science at all. They don't even accept it exists. They don't want to study it even. They say we will only study that which is perceivable by our 5 senses. That's all that exists for us. And that's our study of science, modern science, all branches of science. Only accept and study and analyze and are concerned with these 5: earth, water, fire, air, and sky. That's all. Nothing more than that. And they don't even analyze that way. I'm telling based on the Bhagavad Gita. So, one place in the Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada says, the scientists, the modern scientists, they don't even know what is mind. And some people who go beyond science, they think this mind is God. Mind is soul. Mind is something spiritual. No! Our mind is not something spiritual. It is material. It is also dead matter. Mind is dead matter. So these type of secrets which are not revealed by any material endeavor, any material study or material science, this can only be understood and realized by spiritual methods, and no other method. So that is what Bhagavad Gita is all about. Bhagavad Gita doesn't give you details so much. Little it just mentions. Matter is made up of 8 elements. But Bhagavad Gita also says material energy consists of these 8 elements and also the 3 gunas. Even those who study Bhagavad Gita, if they don't study the Bhagavad Gita as explained by Prabhupada, they study some other Bhagavad Gita, unauthorized. From that Bhagavad Gita, they will never understand that material energy consists of these 3 gunas. There's a whole chapter, not one chapter. There are practically 5 chapters explaining these 3 gunas. And there's directly a verse. Sattvam rajas tama iti guna prakriti sambhavaha nibaddhanti mahabaho dehe dehi namabhye. So this material energy, prakriti, material nature, they're studying and studying and studying so much, but they can never understand that material nature consists of these 3 gunas. And those gunas, they are affecting us, our thinking, our working, our eating habits. Everything that we do materially is affected by these 3 gunas. And therefore, in a sense, we are kind of helpless, trapped in this material nature, material energy. And the effect of these gunas, just one effect, is explained by Brahma in today's words. The illusory energy of the Lord bewilders everyone in this world, all living beings, except transcendentalists, who are practicing spiritual life and who are able to come out of this influence of these 3 gunas. Except transcendentalists, everyone else is affected by the bewildering effect of these 3 gunas. And because of this bewilderment, they always talk nonsense. Vimohita vikathante means they speak so many things, but whatever they speak is the result of their bewilderment. Their bewilderment by this bewildering potency of this illusory energy, material energy, Maya. And because of being absorbed in the influence of these 3 gunas, or the material energy, we have a fundamental misunderstanding about who we are. We think we are the body. And it is I, mama, no, aham mama, to influence, bewildering influence. Aham is I am this body. This is the bewildering influence of the illusory energy. And mama is everything connected with this body, with my body, is mine. Is mine. Beginning with the body itself. Sometimes we say I am the body. We think I am the body. Sometimes we think this body is mine. It means I am different from the body. Of course, that is not very clear, even though we say my body is injured, my body is sick. But actually, we don't have an understanding that I'm different from the body when we even say that. But that's a fact. We are not the body. Neither we are the mind, nor we are the intelligence, nor we are the ego. Even those are another type of body we have. Mind, intelligence, ego, together, they form the subtle body. In the gross body, you can separate out the elements: earth, water, fire, air, sky, space. But the subtle body, first of all, you can't even perceive using these five senses. Neither can you get a hold of this subtle body in any way. Only the functions of the subtle body, they work in three ways. They are utilized by us in three ways: as the mind, as the intelligence, and as the ego. And we are always utilizing the subtle body for these three functions. Mind is the seat of emotions. So because of the mind, we sometimes feel very happy. Mind is in the state of happiness. Or mind is in a state of fear. We feel very, very afraid or fearful. Mind is very disturbed because of some anxiety. Mind is very peaceful. So, mind is in different states, we say. So, that is nothing but the function of the mind, of the subtle body called the mind, made up of the mind. And the intelligence for discrimination, for knowledge, for thinking, contemplating, all that we utilize. That is the function of the intelligence. And the ego is, the function is identity. Who am I? Because of the ego, I think I am this body. And because I think I am this body, because this body has taken birth in India, I am Indian. Because this body is taken birth in a certain family, I belong to that family. Or I am a member of that family. All these type of conceptions of our identity. Or even thinking, because I'm having a lot of knowledge, I'm a very knowledgeable person. This is also ego. It's a false ego. Because that knowledge is not the knowledge of the real person, you. It's the knowledge that is stored up in your memory by the function of your intelligence. Even when you're feeling very fearful, it is not you who is fearful. It is your emotion of fear in your mind, which is due to a certain influence. Just like in the dark, you see some rope, and you're not sure whether it is a rope or a snake. And suddenly the rope moves. Immediately you think, oh, it's not just a rope, it could be a snake. Immediately there is fear. But somebody opens the mobile and touch, immediately, let's see what it is, and shines the torch on that, whatever that rope or snake. Oh, it's just a rope. Immediately your fear is gone. Oh, it's just a rope. You see? So it is something to do with the mind, not with you. You are merely reacting based on the state of the mind. So anyway, all this I am telling you to help you understand that under the influence of this material energy, which is the default state of our existence in this world, we are always an illusion. That means we do not know what is reality. Neither we are able to see, nor perceive, nor understand, nor even realize. No way. By material methods, not possible. But if you start chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare, then immediately your misconception about yourself as this gross body or the subtle body will be gone. Immediately it is gone. Anybody who just begins chanting Hare Krishna with all sincerity, with a little faith, immediately you understand, I am different from this body. I am not this body. And then gradually, even fear, ignorance about reality, everything will vanish. And most importantly, the spiritual truth will become revealed within your heart. The spiritual reality. What is spirit? Then you read Bhagavad Gita. Very quickly, easily you'll understand. Or even if somebody does not read Bhagavad Gita, Krishna from within the heart will enlighten you. You will come to know the truth, spiritual reality. Everything you will come to know. So therefore, the only way to come out of this bewilderment by Maya is to take to Krishna consciousness, take to the practice of Bhakti Yoga. The other yoga systems are not practical in this age. They are simply ineffective for self-realization. Somebody practices Hatha Yoga, may give them some health benefit. Or they may even get some mystic power, because that is difficult even. Not many of the serious practitioners also have much mystic power. But at the most, they can get some mystic power. That's all. That's a limit. But all those mystic powers are material powers. Material powers. Material power we have experience apart from this mystic power. Mystic power most people don't know what it is. But material power we have experience. Somebody is in a position of power as a powerful minister. How long will he have that power? Only as long as he is in that position. Moment he is out of that position, finished. His power is finished. So even this mystic power, it is there for the yogi as long as he is in that position of being situated in one state of the mind, being trained in Hatha Yoga practice. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, up to Dhyana, 7 steps. They are able to remain in a particular situation as far as their mind is concerned. And in that position, they enjoy certain powers, mystic powers. But that mystic power is relative. If there are 2 yogis who are practiced Ashtanga Yoga, and one is practiced more and is better situated than the first person, the second person is better situated, then this mystic power of the first person cannot be used against the second person. cannot be used against second person. Just like even in ordinary life, we see somebody more powerful minister, he will override the junior minister. Correct? Like that, even this yogic power is relative. And the highest yogic power in this entire creation is with Brahma. No yogi can bewilder Brahma with any amount of power. Okay? So Brahma has the highest mystic power. And Brahma is speaking, I am not the supreme. But using his mystic power, Brahma can bewilder anybody and make them believe that I am the supreme, I am God. But Brahma is a devotee. So he will never do that. He will never mislead anybody. He will correctly tell you Krishna is the supreme. And he'll tell you Krishna is my master also and everyone's master. And Krishna's mystic power, Krishna has unlimited mystic power. Even Brahma's mystic power is the maximum in this creation among created beings. But Brahma's power is also limited. Brahma's power is also limited. And Krishna demonstrated that. Brahma's power is limited. In one Leela, Brahma Vimohana Leela, in the 10th canto it is described. So like that, Krishna's mystic power is called unlimited. Unlimited. And the number of types of mystic power a yogi can have are limited to 20. 8 major siddhis, 8 minor siddhis, and 4 auxiliary siddhis. This is all explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto. Bhagavatam contains everything. All such things which bewilder ordinary people or those without spiritual knowledge. Bhagavatam gives all that knowledge. So Bhagavatam says, even the topmost yogi in this material world, who's non-devotee, he can have only 20 types of siddhis. Whereas Krishna has unlimited types of siddhis and in unlimited quantity. Unlimited quantity. So that is Krishna. So everything about Krishna is unlimited. Whereas even Brahma is powerful by limitation. All the devatas, all the yogis, all the jnanis, all the tapasvis, everyone. But a pure devotee, even though by constitution a pure devotee is always limited, but he can be empowered by Krishna with unlimited power. With unlimited power. Arjuna, he was not as powerful as Bhishma, Drona, and so many other experts who were fighting in Kaurava's side. But Arjuna was empowered by Krishna. He killed everybody. Everybody he defeated in the Kurukshetra battle. That is because being empowered by Krishna. Krishna's empowerment, anybody being empowered, they can exhibit unlimited knowledge, unlimited power, unlimited strength, unlimited anything. Okay? So that is only the position of the pure devotee by empowerment by Krishna. So if we take to Krishna consciousness, we can come out of this bewilderment, we can come to understand who am I in reality, what is this world, and most importantly, we can know Krishna only by bhakti. And simply by chanting Hare Krishna, you can very easily practice this Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga also, many different practices are there. But of all the practices, the easiest and the most powerful and effective practice is given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. I'll stop here. Yandraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada.